All right! Welcome back to As It Should Be. Paul Bertolino here in the world-famous As It Should Be studios.
Whee!
Yeah! All right. Well, we are at last delivering to you, the people who've been waiting for the last 2 or 3 weeks or whatever it is, Carpenters. We're doing our Carpenters album ranking.
Yes.
Which we're gonna. Well, that's gonna be You know what? No, I only have 2 albums. I only have 2 albums.
Yeah.
So I don't have to do any big. I'll do it live.
See?
All right, the Carpenters! Yay!
Yay!
There it is. You knew.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so we've been we're going to review. We're going to rank the Carpenters albums. As I said at the end of the last video, but for those of you who didn't see that, we're just doing the studio albums. We're not doing anything live. We're not doing Christmas. We're not doing posthumous. The 9 albums that they put out within Karen's lifetime. It's what we're doing.
That's it.
Yep. And and if you don't like it, when you put your list down below, include those albums you want to include
On your paper.
There you go. All right, so I start this one.
Yes, you do.
I do. All right. And let me pull that shit up because I didn't do that in advance. See what an operation we have going here. It's very slick. Okay.
We need a new intern. That's the problem.
We're like famous interns.
We're like Spinal Tap with interns here.
All right. So 9 albums coming in at number 9. Well, know what? I'm going to do this. I Carpenters. I guess I feel like I want to, instead of just going, all right, coming in at number 9, blah blah blah. I want to go a little bit of a little bit of history of liking the Carpenters.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah. I mean, of course. I grew up in the 70s. So if you grew up in the 70s, you couldn't avoid the Carpenters. I mean, if you didn't hear the Carpenters in the 70s, you were living under your bed with earplugs.
I'm not convinced that you still wouldn't have heard the Carpenters even under those conditions.
Yeah. Okay. You would have had to have been 6 feet under, maybe, possibly, and then maybe you would miss the Carpenters. Maybe.
No, you would have been living in the core of the center of the earth and still heard the Carpenters somehow.
Yeah, like those experiments where someone goes into like some deep hole where there's no sound, there's no light, nothing,
barely
and like
air.
eventually you go insane because all you do is hear the sound of your organs.
Yes,
you also hear the Carpenters.
There's a kind
if
of
it's the 70s.
all over the world.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
he's not wrong. So yeah, I mean, being a kid who I was into music from my earliest times, I was always, paying attention to what was on the radio, so these songs would pop up. And you always knew when it was a Carpenters song, not just because of the style of the music, but I mean, Karen's voice is unmistakable. So you always knew. And I remember I would hear Carpenters songs for the first time on the radio and felt like I already knew them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so basically, I've been a Carpenters fan since all the way back. I mean, I didn't really start going in deep with them, frankly, quite honestly, until the 90s, though, because I think I talked about this before in another video, where I kind of like the 80s came, and I didn't really think about the Carpenters kind of almost throughout that entire decade. I kind of went into high school and became a metal dude, and they just weren't on my radar. But then they kind of came back on my radar because I was at an event with somebody, and I forget what it was, but I went over and they had a jukebox, and I went over and I'm looking through, and Rainy Days and Monday was there, and it was just like, we was like, oh shit, the Carpenters. And I just thought about that song, it was running in my head, and I thought, fuck, and I played it, and it was just like,
warm bath.
Boom, okay, the Carpenters have officially arrived right here in my heart. And so, anyway, all right, so I will finally rank number 9, the final album they made within Karen's lifetime from 1981, Made in America. Now, I will say, I don't dislike any of these albums. I even like this one. Carpenters, their early 80s album. You would think, oh, Paul's going to hate that. It's my least favorite, but I don't think it's a bad record. It's... Now, the thing about the Carpenters, at worst, for me, what happens is they become kind of bland. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they're never bad. You know what I mean? They have they have a few really dorky songs that shouldn't be on the records.
Right.
That I will talk about. But by and large, they make good records. They just you may or may not find them compelling in some way.
Agreed.
Yeah. I like the opening track, Good Old Dreams. Want You Back in My Life Again sounds like the Carpenters doing Physical by Olivia Newton-John. And I hate Touch Me When We're Dancing. Touch Me When We're Dancing. That song I hate. But anyway, so coming to number 8. An album that I think a lot of people will put this higher, and I want to put this higher so badly, but it has a flaw that I cannot ignore.
Uh-oh.
Now and Then from 1973. Yes. I mean, okay, the highlights are, of course, Yesterday Once More, This Masquerade. I Can't Make Music is a fucking incredible track. Sing, I love that one just because I still remember being in the backseat of Mom's car when that was on the radio, when it was like a brand new song.
Yeah.
You know? And, but side 2, side 2 is completely wasted on this corny oldies medley. It opens up with Yesterday Once More, which should kind of carry everything, right? But like nothing happens after that you need to listen to again.
No.
You know, and there are a couple of little bits where I'm like, oh well, that one might have been kind of cool if they made that into a complete cover. But just as a whole piece, it's like I just have no time for it. Now, the album cover, which I'll show, well, I already did show, but that was taken out in front of the Carpenters' house, their parents' house, where they still lived at the time, you know, and Richard had that red sports car, and on the front cover is like a painting of an image of them driving past the front of the house, and it's in L.A., it's in Downey, and I've been to that place a couple of times. I went to it once in the 90s, and then when I was in L.A. about a year or so ago with visiting my friend Jim Laspisa. There you are. I see you.
Hi,
Is that
Jim.
Derek sitting next to you? I don't know. Maybe Derek's out doing a gig. Yeah. Anyway, there you go, Jim. We went to Downey and we went to the Carpenters' house. I'll show you a couple pictures there. And we just went over there and geeked out and went to the apartment buildings that they owned. They bought apartment buildings in Downey and named them. One of them is called Close to You, and one of them is called We've Only Just Begun.
No,
and
it's not.
It still says like Close to You in like old 70s wood logos on the side of the building. Great stuff. Okay, anyway.
What?
So, anyway, coming up, number 7. My number 7. There's a kind of hush all over the world tonight. Yeah, Kind of Hush from 1976, which actually, strangely, I bought the copy of that album that I have. I actually bought in LA. Now I think about it, there was a record store on Franklin, just over from the Daily Planet, that I went into and paid way too much for it. Anyway, Richard had developed an addiction to Quaaludes, which started to affect his work by the time they got to this album. Now the whole thing sounds great. The production is super slick. The performances are of course flawless, but much of the material is pleasant but bland. You know, my favorite track on the album is Sandy. Their cover of A Kind of Hush is pretty good. I kind of like it, but I still prefer the Hermits version. It contains the Carpenters' version of Can't Smile Without You, predating the Barry Manilow hit by a couple of years. And Boat to Sail and You are highlights. So yeah, I like that record fine. It's not one I really ever put on. It's, you know, it's okay. It's okay. There are highlights that I really love and a lot of stretches where it's like, okay, what am I going to have for dinner? All right. Coming in at number 6. Horizon, 1975. Yeah, now this one, the thing about this record, I love the cover where it's kind of almost seems like they're trying to go into like cooler territory with like no text on the front and just them kind of like not smiling. Yeah, you know, like, yeah. We're not the Carpenters, we're just
Carpenters.
Yeah.
Thugs.
Which actually was the case. They actually really weren't supposed to be the Carpenters. If you look at their albums, it's all
Carpenters.
But, yeah, but I mean, Only Yesterday, their version of Desperado, which is pretty good. Please, Mr. Postman is pretty hokey, but I've grown to like it. I used to hate that. I used to absolutely hate that version. But there's a great video. Have you seen the video for that?
Mm-mm.
Look it up. There is an absolutely great video of Please, Mr. Postman where they're at Disneyland.
Yeah.
And it's the Carpenters frolicking around Disneyland in 1975, and it's absolutely awesome. It's like them on the Dumbo ride, running around, meeting Mickey, the whole thing. It's fucking awesome. Look it up.
Cute.
I Can Dream, Can't I? Solitaire, the Neil Sedaka song they do. My favorite song on the album, actually, is Happy, which is the next song after that. I love that one. Caught Between a Goodbye and I Love You. Yeah, whatever. This album is a little bit of a mixed bag. They're starting to kind of put some stuff on the albums that I feel like they had no edge to begin with, but what edge they didn't have, they started to wear that away. And that's kind of happening on this album, but there's still enough on this album that I really love. And yeah, Horizon. Number 5, their 1977 album, Passage. Yeah. Now, this album's really a really weird, interesting. This is like really where they went, okay, we need to like try some new shit. We need to kind of move into some new territory, because this follows a kind of Hush, which is almost like the height of them going bland up to this point, and then they kind of really went, okay, we need to kind of do something new. The opening track, Wanna She Know Home, when I first heard that, I almost thought, God, this almost kind of sounds new wave to me or something, like the effect on her voice. But it's like, it's kind of a Latin, I guess, really kind of a Latin yeah, kind of a thing. But yeah, I love that song. All You Get From Love is in the Love Song is absolutely, I love that song. It's a dirty old shame when all you get from love is a love song. It's the Carpenters' yacht rock song. And they do I Just Fall in Love Again, which Anne Murray had a hit with later on. Yep. This one is a little stiff compared to her version, in my opinion, but it's Karen singing, so there you go, end of that story. 8-minute version, unfortunately, 8-minute version of Don't Cry for Me Argentina, complete with like a 3+ minute operatic bit of the whole balcony scene and everything. I kind of can't with that, but otherwise, I like this record. Sweet Sweet Smile, which is like almost like a 70s variety show version of a country song. But apparently it did really well. They actually put it out as a single in the country charts. It actually did really well in the country charts. Two Sides, another country-ish song. Yeah, I really like this record. It's a really weird... Carpenter's going into territory that you didn't see coming. They close the album with a cover of Klaatu's Calling Occupants of Interplanetary Craft, which is an absolutely incredible song. And way better than the Klaatu version. Way better.
It actually is.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah.
I'll talk more about that.
In case you didn't know, Tommy probably likes that song. It's absolutely great. I mean, if the rest of the album sounded like a kind of Hush, it would be redeemed by that track. You know?
Yeah.
All right. So coming in number 4, A Song for You. Yeah, A Song for You from 1972. Now we're getting into. We're getting to the hardcore shit now. Now this one and the next one, I was like, I had the toughest time deciding how to rank these, because each of these albums are just packed with absolutely incredible songs that just like numerous songs you've heard on the radio, and a couple of like, oh, okay, well that doesn't need to be there. So it was really, 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 really tough. Well, like with this album, they open up with A Song for You, which is a Leon Russell song, and then they go right into Top of the World, and then they go into Hurting Each Other. I mean, and then It's Going to Take Some Time This Time, and then Goodbye to Love. I mean, side one, it's like, oh, is this the Carpenters' Greatest Hits album they're playing?
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's just a fucking Carpenters album. And then fucking Bless the Beast and the Children on side 2. Oh my God.
I love that song.
And then unfortunately we go into a little stretch here with Flat Baroque, which is kind of like,
well, I'll talk about it later.
It's okay. You probably like it because it's an instrumental, and it's not bad. It just so takes me out of it, because you're just going on this like... You're floating on a cloud with Karen for like 5 or 6 songs, and then and it's just like, no, I don't think so. And Richard goes into Piano Picker, and I don't even think they're bad tracks. They just take you out of the album. They take you out of the album.
They shouldn't have been there.
Yeah. But once those are over, I Won't Last a Day Without You.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Okay. And then my 2 favorite songs on the album, which were not singles and didn't get played on the radio, but they're my favorites. Crystal Lullaby and Road Ode. Oh my God, I love those songs so much. Those songs take me back to being on the highway late at night. I would be in California, and we would be driving down to LA from San Francisco on the 5. And it's like, you've been on I-5 at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And just listening to the Carpenters and like Road Ode playing, and it's just like, oh my God, this is fucking magic.
This is you with the bees?
Yeah, probably a Persephone's Bees, road trip or something. But yeah, so Song for You. All right, it's coming in number 3. The self-titled, the Tan album, Carpenters from 1971. Yeah, that one in A Song for You, I was just, they were... I mean, okay, it starts out with the Rainy Days and Mondays. And then it goes into a short Richard vocal called Saturday. Not one of the strongest tracks on the album, but it's only a minute and a half long, and I like it. It's fine. I can kind of take it in sort of a link track kind of level. But then you go into Let Me Be the One? Oh my god. The single that wasn't a single. Yeah. I mean, you heard that on the... I didn't realize it wasn't a single. I heard that on the radio all the time as a kid.
Yep.
But it wasn't a single. One of my favorite Carpenters songs. And then A Place to Hide Away, and For All We Know, and Superstar. It's just like, bam! Like, these guys, they show you no mercy. Well, until after Superstar, and you get Drusilla Penny, which is a Richard song. Hatton Kane. Yeah, and this is like, okay, Richard, I know, Richard, you're very smart. You're an excellent producer and arranger. You have got to know that this does no.
Stop with the ragtime.
B-side of the single or something. Could you, you don't put that. You don't come out of Superstar and going, that's not how things work. Things don't work that way, okay? But then we get One Love. Oh God, what a song. And then the Bacharach David medley, which is, serviceable. It's not bad, it's fine, and sometimes. Incredible album. If you haven't listened to the Carpenters, a full album, you kind of can't lose with this one until you get to the Richard Carpenter song. But my number 2, an album that I think most people probably wouldn't put high, but my God, do I love this one. The debut, Offering, Ticket to Ride. It was originally came out as Offering, and then they changed the name to Ticket to Ride because the record didn't sell. But then, once they started having hits, Ticket to Ride was kind of a single that people started buying, so they reissued it with a different cover under the name Ticket to Ride. And even to this day, if there's a reissue, that's how they have it. They never reissued the Offering version with that cover.
Yeah.
But it's 1969. It's the Carpenters' 60s album. I mean, of course I'm going to be... I'm like... I've said this before. This is my line. I'm a sitting duck for this. It's like a bit of a soft psych, kind of almost Spanky and Our Gang-ish kind of record. And some of the songs... there's a couple of jazzy things I bet you don't like. Fucking incredible stuff. But some of the songs were demoed back in 67, 68 because they had been in a band called Spectrum. And some of these songs were actually Spectrum songs that they had demos lying around of.
Right.
But man, Your Wonderful Parade Someday, they do a... It was the law at that time that you had to do a cover of Get Together. Come on, people, now, smile on your brother. And unfortunately, it's sung by Richard. Now, if they had done a cover of Get Together and Karen sang it...
Yeah.
Bring it. But Richard, no. And this is early vibes. They don't really have their thing totally tuned in yet, so Richard sings half the songs. But even with that, I like a lot of the songs that he sang. All of My Life, that's Karen's on bass on that. That Karen fucking plays bass on that. And drums, of course. And Turn Away, Richard sings the, most of the verses on that, but I still love that song. Turn away, find a way of your own. Yeah, love it. Their cover of Ticket to Ride I used to not love, but I've grown to love it. Don't Be Afraid, What's the Use? That's a Richard song I don't love. All I Can Do, the jazzy song. Oh, man. All I can do is cry over you and hope you return someday. All I can do. Yeah, love it. That's possibly my favorite song on the record. But, I don't know, we'd kind of have to battle out with the next song. Eve. Oh. Eve. Yeah. Oh, man. Now that's a song. That is a song that could have been one of their big classic radio hits had it come out as a single. That sounds like one of their hits. And they do a cover of the Buffalo Springfield song written by Neil Young, Nowadays Clancy Can't Even Sing, which I love so much. And actually, I heard that before I heard the Buffalo Springfield version.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, yeah, I love this record so much. All right, but my number one, I've got it right here. Close to You. Oh.
Oh.
You heard how I spoke about these other records. Mm-hmm. I like that one more. I like that one more. Oh my God. 1970, their second album. This is the moment, of course, where they hit. Because their first album was total flop, but Herb Alpert really, like, you know, he was like, he saw this shit. He's like, oh, no, we're not. Because the other people on the label wanted him to dump them. And he's like, oh, no, we're not dumping these guys. They just have to do the right thing. They got the right song, We've Only Just Begun, Paul Williams, which was a Crocker Bank commercial at the time.
Yep.
And boom, the rest is history. I mean, We've Only Just Begun. Oh, Love Is Surrender. Maybe It's You? Are you fucking kidding me? Reason to Believe. Their version of Help is like, eh. But Close to You? Baby It's You, I'll Never Fall in Love Again. Crescent Noon I Love, Mr. Gooder, I Kept on Loving You, another song which is kind of almost like them kind of getting a little kind of proggish,
yeah.
you know, in a Carpenters sort of way. Yeah, Close to You has always been my favorite one, and I love it, in case you didn't get the memo. Right. So there you go. That is my ranking of the Carpenters albums.
Yay!
I just wish you had put more passion and enthusiasm.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
more thought and said more things.
Well, I guess really my review of the first of this album really could have just began and ended with, you heard what I said about the other albums? I like this one more. That's that. There you go. That's it. All right. Commercial time.
Uh-huh.
We've only just begun to live. White lace and promises, a kiss for luck and we're on our way. We've only just begun before the rising sun. We fly so many roads to choose. We start out walking and learn to run. And yes, we've just begun. We've only just lived. We've only just begun.
Yeah, one of these days I might try getting a little bit more into the Carpenters. You know, maybe.
Yeah, more feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know, I haven't
those
quite
albums
found
a
my way
listen.
with some of these albums yet. But
Yeah.
Again, with more feeling.
All right. So,
Okay.
Tommy,
Tommy!
Yes.
have you listened to some Carpenters albums lately?
Couple, few.
Have you listened to the Carpenters albums lately?
I have. So let me just get right down into it. I'm going to kick things off at number 9 with Ticket to Ride.
I saw that coming. I thought he's gonna put Offering is the quintessential Paul Rock, not Tommy Rock.
Yeah. I did, my typical thing. Just a brief write-up on each one of these. I wrote, this debut is such a strange mix, to me anyway, a strange mix of really gorgeous material, some really bizarre shit, and the stiffest covers you've ever heard in your life, like Get Together, Ticket to Ride. They've already found their sound, but the album lacks focus to me.
It definitely has proto kind of vibes.
Yeah.
It's kind of proto.
Then my number 8 from 1973, I have Now and Then. So many stiff, unnecessary covers, and also a few of the greatest songs ever recorded thrown in for good measure.
That is a frustrating album.
Right?
Honestly, side 1 is nearly perfect except for that Jambalaya song.
Yeah, you listen to side 1 and you're like, God, this could have been one of the strongest albums in their entire catalog, and then
there's another shoe's about to drop.
Yep. Okay, my number 7 from 1976, A Kind of Hush. I wrote, this kind of hits like the sequel to Horizon, and it is the follow-up. It's like Horizon Part 2, but with songs that aren't quite as strong to me.
Yeah, it's a weaker Horizon.
Yeah. And then moving on from there, I've got number 6 from 1977, I have Passage. I wrote, the first 7 songs on this record could be Richard farting into the microphone, and I wouldn't care. Calling occupants of interplanetary craft gives me chills.
It's incredible.
That's God. Ah!
Well, the thing about that song too is there's so many, and we've said this on videos before. You think, oh, if Karen Carpenter was singing that, right? And you might. This is one of those instances where you might hear that Klaatu song and think, oh, what if Karen Carpenter sang that song? Well, this is what if Karen Carpenter sang that song.
We got it. We got it.
Yeah, we actually got this one.
Oh my God, it's just.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bother trying, but like, yo, Karen, damn. Okay, so then I'm on to my number 5, which is 1981's Made in America. And I wrote, I can hear hints of what the 80s Carpenter stuff could have been, and it's awesome, and that makes me sad.
That is the thing about that album. I was catching that too. I was listening to that going, oh, I can hear where they were gonna go. I now see how they would have fit into the 80s.
Yes. Well, the song that you kind of dumped on a little bit, the one that you said kind of sounds like an Olivia Newton-John 80s song.
I didn't necessarily mean that disparagingly, but
I hear that, and I think that might be track 3. I think
second or third.
Second or third.
That's the third. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that, and I'm like, oh God, damn it! This is what we were kind of robbed of, because we would have gotten more of that. And then what would have kept going is, as the 80s went on, it was only a matter of time until the label was like, we need to have you pair Karen with some of these really hot producers. They would have had her working with David Foster at one point. They would have had her working with Whitney's people.
Yeah.
We would have gotten some amazing shit with Karen singing in the mid to the late 80s, and we were fucking robbed of that, and it's really, really sad.
Well, you probably know this, but this might be up your alley. There is a Karen Carpenter solo album.
There is,
produced by Phil Ramone.
Yeah, I don't love it though.
Oh, really? Okay.
I feel like it could be so much better than it is. Now, I haven't listened to it in years.
Yeah,
but that was my reaction. It was like, this could have been so much stronger. And I recall that she was like really, really excited about it, and then like somebody killed it and she was crushed.
Yeah.
And then what came out might not have been like the final version of it or some bullshit.
It didn't come out in her lifetime. It got shelved, and it came out sometime in the 90s.
Yes.
So she never saw its release.
And some of the stuff off of there got reused on like the 2 posthumous Carpenters records or some shit. Yeah. So it's like, but it's still not what we would have gotten once the 80s, the actual 80s really hit, and how things would have gone. I really wish we could have. I wish we could have gotten it. It's really sad. It's so sad what happened to her. My number 4, 1972 is A Song for You. A Song for You!
Yeah.
Kind of has that same mix of gorgeous and weird that the debut has, and the good stuff is so good. Goodbye to Love. It allows you to overlook shit like Piano Picker. And then my number 3 is from 1971, Carpenters. I feel like Richard is singing lead out of spite. I don't know what his problem is, but he has one, and it feels personal. The rest of the record is incredible.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he. I'll save this for a second.
Basically, what's down to is like.
Yeah.
Let's. I want to say this though. Like you were saying when we were doing our double albums thing, and you're talking about people who love Exile, and what's this whole shit about Exile when you have Sticky Fingers right there?
It's right there.
What are you doing singing a song when you have Karen Carpenter sitting right there in the chair next to you? It's like, come on.
Why would you even have the audacity to stand near a microphone if Karen Carpenter is in the fucking room?
Misogyny.
Have her sing literally everything.
Maybe, but
I could listen to Karen Carpenter singing incredibly freaking cruel insults directly to me. And I'm gonna hear her out.
Yeah.
I want to hear what she's got to say.
She has a point.
Okay.
She has a point.
My number 2, and maybe there is some misogyny. I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe.
But my number 2 from 1970 is Close to You. A dramatic leap in quality over the debut. Also, I feel like someone must have sat them down and said, Richard, you cannot sing lead. He didn't listen, but at least it doesn't happen until like track 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Richard, okay, the Richard thing. Look, I know the guy was he a very brilliant guy, brilliant arranger, brilliant producer, incredible piano player. There's something wrong with his voice. It's not just that he doesn't it's not that he's not a good singer. It's not just that he sounds ridiculous next to his sister. It's like I listen to him and I swear he sings like he has. I'm not trying to be a dick. It sounds like he has a speech impediment.
he kind of does.
It sounds, but I don't think
Yeah.
that that's the case. What it actually sounds like might be going on is, if you don't need to know too much about record production and mixing or anything like that, there's a process called de-essing, where you actually will run a vocal track or even a whole mix through a device called a de-esser. It's like a form of compressor in a way. And the point of it is to take like really, really sibilant sounds like and dial them way back, because at least back in the day, especially when you were cutting things to vinyl, that would cause a lot of problems.
They got really hot in the mix sometimes.
Yeah.
They really stood out more than your naked ear will hear them.
Yeah, and if you go too far with de-essing, you can get it to the point where it actually sounds like somebody is like a 10-year-old with a speech impediment. I don't necessarily think Richard Carpenter had a speech impediment or he sang like he had one, but it sounds to me almost like they de-essed his vocal to such an insane degree that it makes it sound like he's got a speech impediment.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
real
I
weird.
don't
I don't know what the deal
because
is.
I actually doubt that is what the situation is, because he was he's still with us, he's such a meticulous, he's really meticulous in the studio, and he's a tinkerer.
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys who wouldn't just like get the wrong setting on the de-esser and, oh well, let's just go on the record. Like no.
But it's every Richard Carpenter vocal has this, so it's like, and it doesn't
I
matter
just think
what
it's
album.
just how he sounds. Yeah.
It's bad. It's
Yeah.
real bad. And yeah, it's like it wouldn't matter if whether or not you're being compared to your sister. Like if it was an album where you're the only singer, it's going to sound bad. But anyway, moving on to my number one from 1975, Horizon.
Wow.
Horizon. Yes. I absolutely love this album. To me, it is really, at times, really a very sad album, too. But it is, it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And the highlight of the whole thing is Solitaire. It's just like, I listen to that, I'm like, God.
Yeah, what a song. You have like this incredible song to begin with.
And then,
what if Karen Carpenter sang that?
Yeah.
Well, wait no longer.
You have it right here.
Karen, I just want to say it's Karen is one of those once in a century voices. It's just
Yeah.
Completely.
God damn the classic example of I can listen to her sing the phone book. Like I could, and just anything she sang, even if the song was completely whack trash, it's like you just listen to her voice and it's like it doesn't matter.
I forget which one, if it's this one or the Tan album, the self-titled. But at the end of side one on one of those, they have that bit where it's just the vocal a cappella.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after we go to the bathroom. So yeah, you're literally hearing Karen Carpenter sing. She has to go to the bathroom, and it sounds gorgeous.
Yes. Yes. The stupid, the incredibly stiff, awkward covers that these two always would want to do, where everything is slow and saccharine, and it's like, this is horrible. This is a waste of everyone's time. Yeah, but that vocal though. I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, even when she's singing it like as boring as possible, you're just still listening to her, and you're like, yeah, but god damn, what a voice! What a voice!
And in the early days, before she was doing that and playing drums. So like they play live, and she would be singing with that voice, playing drums.
Yep. Just like, obviously you got a record deal. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like playing drums, singing with that voice, and then go to like this devastating drum solo.
All her jazz inspired shit, crazy fills she would do. Yeah. I know. We talk like on and on and on about her voice. She was a dope drummer.
Yeah.
Like she really was. She cut that shit up. But anyway, that's my ranking.
All right. Well, there you go. I think it's time for a little break, and then we'll be back with Crystal's list. All right.
List.
The Carpenters.
It's a whole new bag, it's a whole new sound. So crisp, potato chips by more tons. The really fresh one. It's a whole new bag, it's a whole new
Morton's. The really fresh ones.
All right.
All right.
I think we're back.
We might be.
We're back.
Beer
We are
date.
back. Oh, it has been confirmed.
Yes. And this is time for my list. Coming in at number 9, I have A Kind of Hush from 1976. I do not like Breaking Up Is Hard to Do.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't
can't
like one much
stand
either.
that. Can't Smile Without You. What the fuck is Goofus? What is that?
Terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, I think that's the word. That's the word you're looking for.
Yeah. Why? What
Did you
is
know
that?
what though? That song, I always forget what it sounds like. Just the title alone repels me. I can't even go
Yeah,
into
like
the
what
song.
are you doing? I don't.
You
yeah.
know, the thing about them is like their music is so achingly gorgeous and beautiful and serious that it makes you forget that they obviously had a sense of humor. So when it's presented, it's jarring and off-putting.
Right. Well, but also we're cutting in on Crystal here,
Yeah.
but their sensibility and a lot of times their humor, I hate to put it this way, but almost has like a Christian vibe about it.
Yes, but that's not. I don't think that
But
was
it's
the
not.
intention.
But that's not what
But
it is.
It kind of feels that way.
But so then you get like Goofus, like it's like okay, all right, guys.
It's like what? It's
you know.
just total.
There's not going to be any
throwaway.
edgy humor in there, you know.
Yeah, it's like it can be funny, but I don't know. Just it takes me out of it. Like,
Yeah.
why did you didn't need to do that? Just leave it alone. Coming in at number 8, I have Passage from 1977. I mean, calling occupants of interplanetary spacecraft. What the fuck?
It doesn't do it for you?
It's fucking amazing.
Oh, okay. I was
You almost killed Tommy.
I was like, no, no.
No, that's the best thing on there.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, it is.
it
but,
is.
I think the rest of it stinks.
Really?
Man, smart, woman, smarter.
That sounds okay.
No, funky ragtime, no.
Yeah,
Penny
well.
whistles and cowbell dings on the head and Bawana She No Home. What the
Oh,
fuck
I
is
love that one.
I
Why
hate
does she
it.
know home?
Ugh, that is the whitest patois I've ever heard in my life. I can't. No, it's only the space song. That's it. That's it for me.
Only the
on
space
that.
song.
Yeah, but that space song though.
I love. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the one. That's the only reason that that's the only thing I like on it.
Okay.
Number 7 is Made in America. Came out in 1981. Number 1, I hate that album cover
The cover's kind of awful.
with the drawings of their faces that are melting into each other. It was the last album before the posthumous one started coming out. Karen was sick while she was recording it, and that Beechwood 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 cover.
Oh yeah, that's not so much.
Pu.
The Beechwood 4, 5, 7, 8, 9.
I really
That
don't-
I'll rank that one with their Please Mr. Postman.
Yeah, I've never really liked that song. I didn't like the original that much, and this is just like, again, like what? Yeah. Number 6, Now and Then, from 1973. Yesterday Once More. I think I played that song 50,000 times when I had this record as a kid. I borrowed it from one of my neighbors, one of my friends growing up. And that's basically maybe like the only song I ever listened to on that record. I couldn't get past it. I just loved it so much. It was on the radio all the time. You kind of got sick of it, but then how are you getting sick of it? Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, and even corny, every sha-la-la-la, every whoa-whoa-oh. That's so corny, but it just...
But it's so good.
Only
Yeah.
oldies
Well, the
but
lyrics are corny,
goodies.
but they're being delivered to you like, on a cloud.
Seriously.
It's just like
golden silk cloud or
Yeah.
just
So
something.
absolutely stunning. Number 5, I have Ticket to Ride, which was their debut. I don't like the cover of that either. All I Can Do is jazzy. Karen's playing is great. The vocal sounds too low in the mix for me. That's what stood out to me. And I also didn't say a lot because I knew that Paul would say the most about everything. So go back and listen to what he said. Coming in at number 4, I have Horizon from 75.
Verizon. I have Verizon. Do you?
Yeah.
I think I do have Verizon.
My father
yeah.
used to work there. Only Yesterday, Love Me for What I Am. I don't like Please Mr. Postman, and I do not like Desperado. I don't like it. No,
it's
sir.
okay.
I don't like
I think
it.
that was okay.
First of all, I don't like that song.
You just don't like the song to begin with.
Yeah, and then it's like, Karen can't even save it for me. Her vocal is
Damn.
beautiful, but I just can't. I can't with that song.
Now that says something.
Yeah, it's the song. It's not her. It's the song.
Hey man, if Karen can't even save it for you, that is truly a hopeless situation.
Yeah, I just, I
Just
can't-
don't even try.
I can't stand it. Yeah. What did I? Yeah. Coming at number 3, I have Carpenters. Their third album. I mean, sometimes Rainy Days and Mondays, everything that Paul said. Excuse me. But Superstar? Jesus H. Christmas.
I know.
Holy shit.
No.
And you listen to it and you think, it can't get any better than this. And then Luther Vandross puts out a cover of it. Which, to me, they're like neck and neck with each other. His cover is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And how many black people did I have to tell that he did not write that song? They didn't. So many black folks just like Carpenters. They only knew a couple of songs, but they.
Well, Carpenters didn't even write that song. It's a
Yeah.
Leon Russell song.
But somehow they missed it,
Right?
But it's
Is it Leon
like
Russell? I think.
I'm not
Superstar.
actually certain. Either.
Yeah.
Was that?
I'm not certain either.
Yeah, I think it was Leon Russell.
Yeah, I
Bette
mean-
Midler did it before they did.
They did, yeah. Which is
crazily.
also
around the same time.
Which is good too. But holy crap. Number 2, Close to You, which was their second album. Close to You, obviously. We've only just begun. I like Crescent Moon. Yeah, great. Yeah, it's great. But my number 1 is A Song for You, which was their fourth album. Top of the World, Hurting Each Other, Bless the Beast and the Children. It's going to take some time. Even Intermission is cool because it's so weird.
That actually is the ultimate example, I think, of actually really Karen's sense of humor. Like she's
Yeah.
she's probably the one who came up with that.
Pretty weird. And Flat Baroque, I get it. Why people wouldn't like it. But to me, it's kooky jazzy. And I kind of like it. It's not great. Would I prefer it not be on the record? Of course. I don't think it should be on there at all. But for what it is, I kind of like it. I'm an instrumental gal, whatever.
Right.
But Goodbye to Love, I think that's my all-time favorite Carpenter song.
It's incredible.
I mean,
Absolutely incredible.
what? Yeah. Oh, God, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's bananas. So, I'll say, overall, their catalog, these 9 albums, to me, in a way, is a really prime example of too much of a good thing. And by that I mean, at times it gets so saccharine and so cutesy and repetitive just because of the arrangements and the music, and you got Karen Carpenter's voice, which is astounding. And there's no shade, I'm not being pejorative about her voice at all, but it's too much of the same for me.
So maybe you want to get some Richard vocals in there to kind of break things up.
Hold it.
You dick.
Now, I love golden retrievers. They're awesome dogs. And I could play with golden retrievers all day. But I don't want to play with golden retrievers all the time for a very extended period of time. I need some other dog breeds in there. And that, like, listening to this boom, 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 boom in a row, because I've listened to these albums over the course of 10,000 years. But for this assignment, you know, this is what we do. You listen to them back to back pretty much.
In a short period of time.
In a short period of time. And it wasn't like, oh my God, I can't take this anymore. But it was just like, oh man, okay. All right. All right.
You would enjoy each album more if it was the only album you listened to
for a month.
that month.
Yeah.
You know.
It was just too much.
Yeah.
And in closing, speaking about Karen Carpenter's death, I really wish that the A&M machine had let her be who she really wanted to be, which was a professional jazz drummer. She obviously had the chops. She learned from the best. The best drummers had her back and co-signed on how awesome she was. And why Richard singing on these records? I've said this before, I'll say it again, and I'm going to keep on saying it. When your siblings and you're in this vacuum, particularly this A&M vacuum, and you're the arranger, you're the producer, you're doing all of this hard work, not to take anything away from him. And then you've got your sister with the golden throat who's singing all these songs. And you can't tell me that he wasn't jealous to a certain extent and felt like, I'm not getting equal time here because I'm back here doing all this fucking work and all people think about is her singing, right? So that's why I think that a lot of his stuff was shoehorned in. And yeah, I just think that it was jealousy. And it was the time period where misogyny ruled over everything because everything was run by men all the goddamn time. And no, Stevie Wonder could see her on a decline. Okay.
Yeah.
And again, it was the 60s. It was the 70s.
Decline. Her voice held
decline,
up.
Right? Her voice held up.
Yeah.
But nobody was doing anything, and it was a time period where maybe she wasn't going to therapy. Nobody was talking to her about it. It's okay. Just put her in there. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, give her an extra sandwich. Yada, yada, yada.
That she won't eat.
Nobody's recognizing that she's got this, actual condition, anorexia. I don't even know if that name existed back then.
Well, yeah, people didn't realize that it was a condition.
It was just like, oh, it'll be fine. And, it's just like, just keep propping her up and just keep doing it and just keep doing it and keep doing it. And that to me dovetails with, if they had just let her do a couple of solo albums of just playing jazz, she would have been happier and might not have fallen into being an anorexic, because people have eating disorders for very specific reasons. And to me, I think this whole thing is why she went into that, and that's what happened to her. That's the way that I see it. Speaking as a woman with my own body issues, working with kids with body issues, and I've worked with kids with anorexia and overeating and drug addiction and all kinds of shit, and your family life has a lot to do with it, and your working life, you can't separate those things. So that's how I feel about it, why Richard was singing when he really shouldn't have been. And that whole dynamic, it's like being in the Jackson 5. Now, I can't say that Randy, Tito, Marlon, Jackie did anything very specific to Michael, but, you're busting your ass up there too, and you got this 5-year-old kid singing Who's Loving You, like crushing it. It's just like, oh shit, it's all about him. And, it happens in other instances as well,
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. Yeah. And scene.
Crystal's Treatise.
My what is my thing?
Clarification.
Well,
My
that's a clarification. But I think
yeah.
that was Crystal's Treatise. That wasn't a
That
clarification.
was my treatise, yeah. That's the way I feel about it. And, Carpenters, you can't go wrong with them. They're great. They're fucking awesome.
Unless it's Piano Picker.
Unless it's...
Or Drusilla Penny.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. Piano Picker? That's even a terrible title. Piano Picker?
I know, there's something I picture every time I see that title.
No, you're picking at something that's a banjo
yeah.
or your nose.
Anyway. All right. Well, there you go. There's Crystal's list with a little bit of a bonus track at the end there.
There you go.
And some things for you to ponder, maybe? I don't know.
Think about it.
And a bunch of albums that we've just talked about that you need to go listen to if you have not. And a few words from our sponsors as well.
We're very proud of the more than 30 million records our fans have collected over the past 10 years. But there's one record we'd like fewer of you to collect. That's the record of a drinking driver.
Each year, over 50% of the deaths caused on California highways involve drinking drivers. If you've had something to drink, do yourself and all of us a favor. Don't get behind the wheel.
The California Highway Patrol would really appreciate it.
And so would we.
All right. We're back. Okay, all right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming and hanging out and watching us talk about the Carpenters. And, thank you for subscribing if you have, and maybe if you haven't, consider subscribing. If you do,
it.
click the little bell for notifications. Alright? Click the fucking bell there. Alright? And, but whatever you do, you gotta make sure that you come back next week.
What's up?
And as soon as I read my notes here, I will be able to tell you
What's up?
what is up next week.
What's up? I didn't want to say what's going on. I kind of wanted, but I didn't.
Well, yeah, we already. Well, that's already said. We have kids back there still. Okay, all right. So, next week we're going to be doing our all Killer No Filler albums.
Oh.
Yeah. So what we did, we made lists where, or the idea, at least when I brought this up, was that we would make lists of albums that we consider to be all Killer No Filler, and then instead, in lieu of a bottoms list or a hates list, we're going to have a list of the records that surprisingly or shockingly actually aren't. Because you have those certain albums that, like think about what your very, very favorite album is. There might be one song that you don't like, so you can't say it's all Killer No Filler, but it's your favorite album in the world. So we have a list as well of those types of records, and yeah, that should be fun.
It's going to be good.
Maybe come back next week and watch it.
Not maybe. Come back next week and watch it. Do it.
You've been assigned. All right. See you then.
Bye.
All right. We're doing this.
I'm Paul Itchy Nose. I'm Paul Greasy Brows and Itchy Nose.
Greasy Brows.
Remember the old Greasy Brows?
That was Tommy.
What?
You made up that name for him. Remember that?
Well, I was telling about how I always get like the little my brows seem to grease up the up top corners, and I'm like, apparently my eyebrows are greasy.
So I started calling you old greasy.
You said,
You said, there you go, old Greasy Brows Bernalino.
Yeah, it's the kind of stupid shit I do.
That was you.
All right. Okay. Take the glasses off so I can put it back on when the video starts. All right. 3, 2, 1. Well, all right.